Good afternoon again, my beautiful souls. How are we doing? Man, guys, well, first of all, welcome. Welcome back, my beautiful souls. This is Bella from Red Dragon Intuitive Tarot, right? Man, guys, what a heavy day. It's been a heavy day. I know that a lot of people have been struggling today and, you know, feeling a little bit, I was so bitchy earlier, guys. I don't even want to admit it because I'm very rarely in a bad mood. I wasn't feeling too well. I actually had a doctor's appointment this morning, but I am back on track. I had to eat some snackies and take a nappy. You know, guys, remember to rest. You know, there's only one of you. Make yourself a priority. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to ask Spirit, because this is where we ask Bird. Bird, what is a word? And this is where we get the information on the spiritual street, because I got the downloads. This is what we're going to find out. I thought I had a jumper. I guess I don't. This is what we're going to find out. What we need to know to improve whatever situation, okay? This can be any situation that we're going through right now, my beautiful souls. This can be a relationship. This can be family. This can be a friendship. You may have been ghosted. It can be anything, okay? But if you're going through something especially hard right now, we're going to ask Spirit to let us know, you know, what it is that we need to know to get through it. Okay, this is going to be a general reading. Okay, so it's going to come out, whatever is going to come out. But when I say general, I just say it's going to be generalized. It's not going to go in depth. If you want to go into a super... One moment, my dogs. If you want to go into a super deep dive, Bruce, please. Bruce, please. If you want to go into a super... deep dive about your personal life and how to resolve your issues, all of my information is posted in the description. Bruce, my little sidekick is acting up over there. I live near a school and he just has too much fun when they're coming out. Anyway, so if you want to be going into a deep dive about, oh goodness, Bruce, I won't shut that door, Bruce. Brucey, quick. Thank you for telling me, Bruce. If you're wanting to go into a deep dive and have a mind-blowing experience, guys. Allow me to blow your mind. For pricing and availability, my information is down in the description, guys. Please feel free to reach out if you're needing any assistance spiritually. I can go ahead and work with you to get down to the nitty gritty about what's going on within your energy and around you, guys. This is going to be a general reading. Please do not force it to fit. I'm sitting next to an open window that unfortunately does not have a screen, and kind of makes my setup kind of messed up. But okay, so then we're going to ask Spirit what it is that my spirit tribe needs to know. This is going to be a timeless reading and for entertainment purposes only. Don't force it to fit. Okay, guys? Use what you know in order to verify. Okay? Let's take 5 cards. Let's go ask. What do we need to know? Okay. That you no longer have to do the song and dance of pleasing others, guys. This is the Knight of Wands. You see that they're having a joyful time. It's time to think about yourself and make yourself a priority, guys. You've done the song and dance. You've been through hell and back, and you're no longer wanting this. So this is telling me, my beautiful souls, that basically if whatever you've been doing up until now in your life has not been working, you need to start leaving behind some of the same behaviors that got you to where you need to be. Because remember, yes, life is unfair and hard, and sometimes awful things happen to us, but we have to understand the role that we are playing, okay? The role that we are playing when it comes to our own suffering, to what we tolerate, to what we allow. That's what I'm talking about, that song and dance, my beautiful souls. You know, whatever it is that's going on in your life, you've gone through this little song and dance before, you've seen it before, and you know how it's going to end, and you're choosing to bow out of the game with your dignity intact, and that's a beautiful thing, guys. That's growth. We have got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, guys, this is the Earth sign king. This is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, male or female, but it's in the reverse. You know, in the upright, it's a man who can make anything grow, who is male or female, somebody that is responsible with what is theirs in their own life. They take, they acknowledge the mistakes that they make. They take ownership of whatever's going on in their lives. You know, this could be you or the person that you're dealing with in whatever situation this may be. But this king is in reverse. It looks like you're going through the same song and dance with someone who is incredibly selfish and incredibly greedy and sees whatever you may have to offer as already theirs. They covet. You know, they're vengeful, they're stubborn, and not in all the right ways. Now, it doesn't have to be an earth sign. It just has to have these qualities, okay? We have the Queen of Cups in the upright, okay? This tells me that someone in this situation, or whatever dynamic may be, is a Queen of Cups. This can be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Does not have to be. This can just be male or female, somebody who is very giving. So, we're doing the old giver, taker, narcissist, empath, angel, devil kind of dynamic here. Because it's funny, because Capricorn is represented by the devil. Okay, and this looks kind of like, hallelujah, you know. The person, and I'm thinking this is my soul tribe right here. Bruce, this is my soul tribe, is probably giving too much to somebody who was willing to take as much as they can from you. And from the song and dance that you're tired of playing, you're tired of a dynamic that's never changed. They probably promised changed. The Six of Pentacles, you see, this is my collective right here. This is my soul tribe. You may be somebody who's very loving and giving and emotional and nurturing. You're charitable, okay? This is the Six of Pentacles, okay? You're charitable. Look at you. You are literally the Queen of Pentacles. You know, male or female, you can look at the growth and the abundance here. Look at the drastic difference from being somebody who's full of empathy and charitable and has abundance and takes care of what's theirs and grows things from the ground up. Remember, I said that the pentacle is something that's going to take a lot of time and effort, guys. So you're nourishing it, you're watering it with your emotions, you're making it grow. When you do have and you're abundant, you're sharing. You're a giver. People pleaser. Bruce, stop. Bruce? Let me shut that door. Because he's not going to let us do this. Bruce? Okay, nothing. Move on up. Move on up. Out the way! Sorry about that, guys. He's just a little too excited with what's out there. Back to what I was saying. This is the basic giver. Compassionate, has empathy for someone, gives to others, and can grow in abundance. And we're dealing with somebody who's just willing to take it all. Perhaps you've already been through this song and dance over and over again. Okay, we're going to pull a little more on this King of Pentacles, get some more information on them, okay? Who is this King of Pentacles to my soul tribe spirit? Give us some information about this King of Pentacles who seems to be looking at that pentacle with such greed and so much covet in his eyes, you know. This is like the ultimate taker. I don't want to even use the N word, which is a narcissist, but this person's selfish to the point where if you gave them your last coin, they take it. So let's pull a few cards. Okay. All right. So then we already discussed that this is the basic giver and taker dynamic. This can be any relationship, guys. If you think narcissists, oh, the way I said that. If you think narcissists only exist in relationships, you are incorrect. Okay? But what attracts the narcissist or narcissistic P-type people? It's the givers. You know, it's that dynamic, the giver and the taker, like I mentioned, the angel and the devil, the demon, you know, whatever. There's a lot of, this person's, you know, overflowing with an inner war within them, okay? You know, this person can't even stand themselves at time, and they're looking to bind you with the Eight of Swords, because you see, this is her reflection, and she's bound, you know, with the ultimate soul tie that's just wrong. This can be a father. This can be a romantic partner. This could be a boss. This could be a sibling or a family member, okay? Very greedy, at war with themselves. They can't even stand themselves. It looks like, you know, there's two of them talking to each other. I'm getting like a personality disorder, and I cannot, I'm not a psychiatrist. This is not for diagnosis. I'm just saying that's the vibe it's giving me. It's like he's off in his or her own world. They're whispering into, you know, there's two, and one of them wants to come back, and then one takes over. You see what I'm saying? So this person or this individual is, or them themselves, greedy, you know, and willing to take from my collective. And that is not correct, my beautiful souls. You should not be allowing this. You should move forward with your gut. Whatever your gut is telling you, it tells me that, you know, this is a solution that's not going to come easy, because you're trying to resolve whatever this is using your own mind. Like, what would you do to another is nothing in compare. What the angel will do, metaphorically, is not the same as what the devil will do, guys. Okay? Never make the mistake, my beautiful collective, my beautiful souls. Never make the mistake of believing that somebody else is like you. Never set your standards that way. Learn to be compassionate enough to decide who to give your energy to. My beautiful souls, okay? Remember I said that we have to, you know, understand the roles that we play. This dynamic is very complex. It takes a long time to happen. And to, a lot of times, these dynamics start very young. That's why I'm saying it may be more familiar than relationships, or you could have come from a dysfunctional background and just jumped into the frying pan with somebody who was just like those around you growing up. You see, but at the end of the day, the only thing that's a guarantee is that if we are people-pleasing, and we're doing that little song and dance of the angel and the demon, which a lot of people tend to romanticize. I don't know why. But if you understand the role that you're playing by tolerating this kind of behavior, in other words, this song and dance that you're tired of, there's a part that you played, and that's the people-pleasing, the overextending, the reaching out when you miss them, when they go silent, or whatever it is that they're doing to you, which either way is not correct, okay? If it's not reciprocated, you know, You kind of see how this is going around. You're charitable, but it comes back to you. If it's not, so you can grow. If it's not reciprocated, guys, do not engage in it. Do not trust words I'm being told by spirit. It's kind of like when I say the audio doesn't match the video. If what they're saying is not matching their actions, if you feel confused, that's the whole point. That's what Spirit is telling me to tell you guys. If there's some sort of confusion, if you're wishy-washy, if you're going back and forth with whatever this is, then they are doing their job correctly. Because that's the whole point. It's to make you doubt yourself, my beautiful souls. It's to make you doubt yourself. Okay, so that you don't leave. Because you see, if you run them off, you open the door to them coming back at any time, and then they'll guilt trip you. If that's what this type of dynamic, if this dynamic is matching with your story. But if you leave on your own, then you will come back on your own. And that's already going to be up to you guys, okay? I'm only the messenger. 31, believe strange encounters, okay? You notice that the floor, a 31 is a 4, okay? It's possible that you're sick of this song and dance because you're already starting to believe that your intuition is right. You see, she looks doubtful. And, you know, it's so funny. I mean, this is not funny. But you're like a unicorn to these types of individuals. You're rare. They can mine you of energy and supply all they want. They call you the princess. But look back here. They're playing games. Because look at the floor. You know, strange encounters. So when they say strange encounters in this card, I'm going to honestly tell you that this tells me that it's not hitting the same. Their manipulation is not hitting the same, my beautiful collective. Okay? So we have a 4. You're becoming a more balanced individual. You're starting to put together what's true and what's not true on your own. You're getting the story straight. We've got 20. Keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Okay, this is important. You're going to see how I'm going to make this all fit. This is important because this inner war depends on your reaction only. They will never bring this war to you, but they'll provoke you. They will tell you things that are not true so that you can get out of character. They'll push your buttons. This is called gaslighting, okay, guys? They'll push your buttons in order to get you to where they need you to be. And then, voila, you're the problem, okay? Just like if you were to ask them to leave, you know, you're going to be the one begging them to come back. In whatever dynamic this may be, okay? We've got a 33, I want to be queen. Stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, and passing a test. There we go, my beautiful collective. This is a 33, it's a 6, it's a victory. Something tells me that whomever is going to resonate with what I'm saying is going to have victory over this situation because 1, you're putting the pieces together. You're putting that puzzle together. 2, you already know that you've got to keep your temper. And if you're watching this and you're going to follow through, do not let them get you out of character, my beautiful souls. Okay? And then here you go. You want sovereignty. You want to be your own master of your own kingdom. So what you're doing is you're going to start making the steps however long it takes you to get that freedom that you are so desperately seeking from this dynamic, this situation, this little role play. Because, in these dynamics, the only true person or the only honest person is the flawed giver, the people pleaser, the one that they're hoping you're going to be. And they will be anything, my beautiful souls. They will be whatever you need them to be so that they can get what they need to get. But you see, over time, that song and dance, like we talked about earlier, it gets old, my beautiful souls. It gets old, And apparently whomever's going to be resonating with this, whoever's going to resonate with this reading is going to understand that you're intelligent and you're putting it together. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. You're afraid of being left out in the cold. Judgment and Three of Cups. Okay. Somebody's going to be left out in the cold. Somebody in this dynamic has a fear of being left out in the cold, which means that the other person may be onto your, onto whatever it is that you're onto. They're afraid of the judgment, and judgment being left out into the, in the cold for infinity. The merriment, the Three of Cups, whatever gains, possible third party, guys. If this is a relationship or third party interference, you may be dealing with a mama's boy. Queen of Pentacles. Here we are in the reverse. When you behave like them, they don't like that. You may be snapping back, my beautiful souls. Be very careful with these individuals. If you need help, please seek it. Do not try to resolve this issue with violence. Because some of these types may strike out in violence because they're no longer able to control you. Okay, my beautiful collective. The Knight of Wands, there we go. Very emotionally destructive. The Nine of Wands, the possibility of, it going bad because you're going to be wanting your happiness, and your happiness for this person hurts. Okay, what else have we got? We've got the Two of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. You are tired. You are holding on too hard to whatever the situation is. Okay, so just to recap, whatever side of the dynamic that you're falling under, because just as well as my spirit tribe can be watching that, those that vibe with me, so can the karmics. So whatever side you are on in this dynamic, understand that if you need any sort of help, please get it, because I am not able to diagnose anything, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Understand that someone's holding on to, too hard, not only to whatever dynamic this may be, but to behaviors that are no longer serving you. Because in order for the demon to approach the angel, I'm talking metaphorically here. Okay, it's all a metaphor. In order for the demon to approach the angelic giver, in this dynamic, the demon has to have your permission. So remember, my beautiful souls, what we need to think about after this reading and what Spirit is telling us to do is to reevaluate what we already know to be true. Isn't that what I said in the beginning? Reevaluate what you know, not what they're telling you. You need to work on the people-pleasing, and you need to make a decision that's not wishy-washy. If you decide to leave, stay gone. If you run them off, do not ask them back. You must be strong in whatever situation this is. It's a pretty heavy one, guys. I'm not even going to lie. This is a pretty deep reading. I am a shadow worker. I've been a shadow worker for over 27 years. That's how I know a lot of what's going on. That's just my area sometimes. I wear many masks. I wear many crowns. Okay, as far as healing is concerned, if you need help, please reach out to somebody. Don't try to go at this alone. If you feel unsafe, get somewhere safe. If you are having mental issues, or if you're dealing with someone with mental issues, guys, please get them help. Escape a situation if you know it to be dangerous. Don't risk something that's been unfortunately romanticized in our society. This is not a game, although it may be in some sort. But you see, the good thing about games is you can stop or choose to not play at any time. Remember, my beautiful souls, if you need a reading, a more in-depth reading, this was profound. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you resonate. I welcome all comments. If you are liking the videos, please like, share, comment. And you all have a wonderful day.